Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ, MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest from Long Island, New York.
Two-time NBA champion.
That's right, Danny Green. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate the introduction, man.
Now, I'm going to tell you how Envy disrespected you. You brought the Larry
I didn't
O'Brien
disrespect him
trophy
like
in.
that.
This is the Larry O'Brien trophy. I don't know if it's real or not. I feel like Soulja Boy jewelry. But when you walked in, Envy said, why they give it to you?
No, I didn't say it like that.
Yes, you did.
No, I did
Don't let
not.
him play you like that, Danny.
I meant it as they let it leave Toronto. I figured it would have to stay at home in Toronto.
And then Charlamagne said, I've never seen one of these in person before. Put it over here by me.
He definitely said
That's not
that.
what I said. I wanted to start here, then I'm going to move it over here
during
the interview. You got to start here during the interview.
I didn't take it as disrespect, though.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it. But, no, so when I won my first one, luckily, they allowed a lot of guys to take it to their home. We had a lot of foreign guys to their home countries or hometown, and had to share it like a couple days with it. And I brought it back to Long Island last time and during my camp. But this is a short, quick trip, so the team let me take it with me. We're going back tomorrow anyway. So.
Do y'all fight over that? Does Kawhi say, nah, man, I'm going to LA?
If he had something going on and he wanted to take it with him, I'm sure he'd probably get first dibs on it. But I don't think about anything going right now. So I was lucky to have availability.
Now, you sure you didn't run out with this when they started shooting yesterday at the parade and nobody noticed?
So what?
You sure you didn't just duck out with this?
Nah, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't notice it. I said nobody really knew until we got on stage and they said there was an emergency, and unfortunately some people were hurt, injured, but everything else went pretty smoothly. It was a long day, but it was a lot of fun. It was an amazing turnout.
Well,
People were mad at you for a
congratulations
second.
first.
People were mad at you for a
Can we
quick
just
second.
congratulate him first before you get into
Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Congratulations.
That's how
Thank
y'all
you.
should have started this.
Thank
Why?
you.
What did you do?
No, because at first, people
I
thought he
didn't know
injured
special,
Klay
man.
Thompson. They thought you injured Klay when he went up for the dunk.
He did get injured. It wasn't. I don't think it was my fault.
Kind of. Just a little. He had to try to avoid you, but it was a clean. It wasn't it wasn't a dirty play.
No, it wasn't a dirty
He
play.
came down and it was a very unfortunate play. They had some unfortunate situations all around for their team, so it was tough. But it happens sometimes in basketball. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't do it purposely, but I made sure I checked up on him or told some guys to check up on him for me, and hoped everything was okay. I didn't know it was ACL, but I'm sure he'll bounce back. He's a great player, and he's a tough kid. He's very determined.
You did it in game too. What did you say to him in the game when he came back to shoot his free throw?
Yeah, I went to make sure he was checking on him, make sure he was all right. You couldn't even tell it was ACL the way he walked on the court. So he's a tough kid.
He was running and everything.
He was checking it out, making sure it was good. I'm like, what the hell? So I thought he was going to be playing again. But he's a tough kid. He got on the free throws. He's like, I know you're not a dirty player, so don't worry about it. A lot of them, I just made sure he was good. So I shot his free throws, and I guess came off the floor.
Does it feel bittersweet winning the ring, even though like Kevin Durant was injured, Klay got injured?
A little bit, but I mean, that happens.
Yeah.
A lot of playoff runs, teams get injuries. It was unfortunate that it happened in the finals, and a lot of times you need some luck on your side. We got a little lucky. But I still feel that if those guys were healthy, we would love to take on the challenge. But I still feel, we were a pretty good team, and it would have been a fun matchup. And we had a strong possibility. But as good as those guys are, it would have been really hard to win that series with them all healthy.
You saw Charlamagne gave Donkey of the Day to the Toronto Raptors fans that actually cheered when Kevin Durant got injured again.
I did not see that, but I don't think Canadians are so nice, man. I don't think they really realized what was going on at the time or how serious of the.
They don't understand basketball etiquette.
They understand. They do, but I don't think they knew the seriousness of the injury, of the magnitude of what was going on with him. And once they realized it, I think they understood. They started cheering KD chants, and people started got a GoFundMe for his foundation or whatever it is, and sending flowers and apology letters. That's just Canadians in general. So I don't think they meant any harm by it or wanted to really see him get hurt like that.
How was Kawhi Leonard in the locker room? Because we seen when they was walking out one time. They seen him walking out, and somebody tried to give a teammate trying to give him 5, and he didn't even get a teammate 5. I'm like,
I don't think that was purposely, man. He's a normal guy.
He didn't see.
He's a normal guy.
He didn't see that?
He just be in his own world. Sometimes he's he's locked in.
He's not a robot. He's a real person.
He's a real person. He's human, man. He makes jokes. He laughs. He talks about.
He don't laugh much.
More than people think he does.
Right.
Not on the court.
He looked normal after he won. It's like it's all
Exactly, not on
business
the
until
court.
the game's over.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. He's not on the court as much. He's not gonna smile as much, and he's probably friends with a lot of guys. You wouldn't know about it until the game is over, because once you're on the court, you're a competitor and you're his enemy. So he takes it serious. He loves the game. He's very passionate about it. And he's extremely good at it.
Now,
Y'all have to be real friends though, because you played together in San Antonio.
Yeah, I mean, I know him for a while.
Y'all went to Toronto. Like, are y'all actual friends?
Pretty much his whole career, I've been playing with him. So yeah, I mean, we're all friends. Even my teammates there that I've been there for.
You never been to his house before.
Which
you been to his house before?
Which one?
It don't seem like you seem
said
like a
which
robot.
one?
Man just
like
told you
house.
which one.
I've been to his house, so we used to live in the same neighborhood at one point.
So y'all cool. He's a real person.
We're cool. He's a real person, man.
I mean, I swear he's a robot, man.
Watches TV series. You know, he has kids. He has a girlfriend. He enjoys them. He plays with his kids, and has a good time, man. He has a good time with his teammates as well.
Now, what'd you think about Drake getting banned from going to the away game?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
He said it, and
You might have made that.
I'm not shocked by it, but I didn't know it. I didn't know that.
He does too much, though. To be honest, he does too much.
I wouldn't say that. He has a good time, and I'm glad that we won and it turned out well for us and him as well. But yeah, he has a good time.
You don't think he act like he plays? Like when he's giving post-game interviews and
Spike Lee did the same thing, though.
Yeah, a lot of people have done that. You know,
just him and Spike.
He's sweating. He's acting out of breath.
Yeah.
When did he do that?
I mean, honestly, think even Jack Nicholson, he gets into the game some. He doesn't do that. He's a little older, but I think if he was younger, he probably would have some antic. But he has fun with it, man. And I'm sure he does wish he could play. But he's good at what he does, and he respects what we do, and he enjoys watching us do what we do.
What do you think of the 2 records he dropped?
I think they were amazing. They were good, man. Amazing.
I didn't think they were celebratory enough for the moment.
I mean, I think because the pedestal for him and your expectations for him are so high up.
Yeah.
They're still good to me, man.
That should have been
really
his Jay-Z blow the whistle moment. Remember blow the whistle when he did that for Bron? That's
yeah.
a classic.
So that's what people are expecting more about the plaplayoffs and I guess the game in basketball. I think those are coming soon. So I don't know.
He used the trophy for the cover art.
I don't know,
He
but
might have just had those ready.
I assume there's new tracks coming with that, with the extent of the playoff run and us winning a championship. Hopefully.
The way you talking, you must be coming back to Toronto next year because you don't want no problem with them guys in our hood.
You're a free agent, right? Are you a free agent?
I will be in July. July 1st is when it starts. I don't know what's gonna happen. I would like to be back in Toronto and hopefully get everybody running back again. You have a group like that, that's special.
You want to come home to the Knicks, Nets?
Don't do that.
What's so funny? What's so funny?
You look so young and stress-free. Don't do that.
I like Toronto. It's nice.
You had to be a Knicks fan growing
Okay,
up.
now hold on.
I wasn't a Knicks fan.
Before
You
you do
wasn't?
that, if you had to
I
choose
wasn't.
between the Knicks and the Nets, just those two,
As of right now,
yeah, where would you rather be?
probably in Brooklyn. I know some
Okay.
of the guys there because Sean Marks was a Spurs guy. The organization.
That's
It seemed like they're doing pretty well progression. They're a playoff team, and things are going well for them right now. They're starting to pay. But both teams, I think, have a lot of room for growth, and they're gonna move in the right direction. They're gonna move in the right direction soon.
Now it's gonna be tough because I've been hearing Danny Green to the Lakers. They need shooters.
I haven't had any phone calls or interest, but mind you, I can't get those until July. But
I saw it on ESPN. They put you on. You saw that.
A lot of that stuff, man. They said they do it that's part of their job. Just like your job, they have to debate, entertain, throw some names out there. Doesn't mean that they're talking to the front office and the front office is telling them, "Oh, this is what we're doing." They're just giving ideas of what they think is a good move for certain teams. So I mean, if they're interested, it would be great. I mean, it may be tough, but right now, we won, and if it ain't broke. Watch how to fix it.
Is your decision to stay in Toronto based off what Kawhi does? What if Kawhi says, I'm out? I'm like,
Kawhi come to the Knicks.
I think his decision.
That's not happening.
I think his decision changes a lot of things for a lot of people, not just myself. And it also might change a lot of decisions for the front office. They might be like, you know what, we might want to change up the whole thing, and not bring everybody. Start over, keep stay young and start fresh. But I think it makes a lot of decisions for even other free agents on our team, Marcus All, younger guys. And a lot of guys throughout the league because they're going to try to gravitate toward where he's at and try to get people to play wherever he goes if he goes somewhere else. Just like where Bron is at, they're trying to get other people. Now free agents are like, oh, they got Anthony Davis. Looks like a really nice destination to go and play because you can win there, and it's in L.A. So
Can they win though with 2 people? They only got 3 people on the contract.
I mean, they're definitely a playoff team for sure.
Yeah.
They stay healthy. Anthony Davis stays healthy. Bron can win a championship with just those 2 guys. You don't see it happen often, but I've seen it happen before in Cleveland. Kyrie and Bron. Obviously, they had great teams around, players around them too. But those 2 guys pretty much dominated the series. But you can't just win with just 2 guys. You need some other pieces, and I think they're gonna pick up some.
Now, playing for the East, is it a lot easier than playing when you play for the West?
No, I wouldn't say that.
No?
It's the NBA. Regardless, nothing's easy. We had a tough playoff run. It was a tough schedule. But there are some really tough teams in the West. Can give you that. But the East, I think, this past year really grew or changed because so many guys from the West went to the East. Philly got stronger. Boston was always good. Milwaukee came out of nowhere and became really really good team. Even the teams that you didn't expect to be good.
Denver, Portland.
Yeah, well, West Coast.
West.
In the West,
Yeah, that's the West.
they came up and got better. But
I don't know why I said that.
Like Orlando, Orlando was a lot better than people expect. But we had before it was just Cleveland and Boston, or in the East. Now you had 4 top teams that are playing pretty well.
Knicks will be there next year.
You never know. They might be.
Were you concerned at all about the Drake curse?
No, I don't believe in curses, man. I'm not superstitious like that. I don't believe in curses. In Canada, there's a lot of them supposedly that I've learned as I've been there.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what? Yeah.
It's like a GoDaddy curse. Whoever
I mean, GoDaddy.
Like it's a sponsor. Whoever's sponsored by them usually has a bad year or gets injured or something like that. Then there was a curse of like some maple leaf curse. There's a bunch of
maple leaf curse.
There was another one. And
what is that? Like a syrup?
No, it's one of the teams.
It's a hockey team.
They had a bunch of random ones. I don't believe in curses, but they don't do that. Don't do this. There's a lot of different things in Canada.
You personally don't have any good luck superstitions for you before a game, or?
No, I think I used to have some superstitions, but this year, and as I've gotten older, you play so many games. How can you remember what you did differently or good? To be like, oh, you know what? I wear those shoes, or I can't wear those socks, or I tie my shoes. Is 100 games. You play well. Sometimes you play well. Sometimes you play bad. It's not because of your shoes. It's not because of the music you listen to that day. You just go out and play. And I think this year I just played freely and had fun just being myself, and didn't think about it so much. So I just kind of forgot about things I did every day that was superstition.
What's the best? Who's the best player you played against in the league?
There's a lot. I mean, throughout the years, there's been different guys, but KD is definitely one of them. Bron for sure. There's different guys, different positions. Even Kawhi.
Who talks the most ish?
I would have to say, there's not as much going on as it used to. But I'd say when I was younger, I'd say that Boston team when they had Rondo, Paul Pierce, KG, Ray, they had some guys in there that they were chippy, man. They talked some trash. So it was fun to play against. But now
is it whack that they took that out the league? You don't see.
I just think a lot of guys don't want to
they
don't want to make you angry. They don't want to poke the bear. But you see Draymond, he still, gets himself riled up, talks some trash, but he respects us for the most part. So it's only certain people, certain teams, but he's one of the very few guys that continues to talk a little trash. But I think it takes away from the game a little more exciting, but also because you're not allowed to. You get fined for a certain thing or even criticized. You get technicals talking to referees a certain way.
Man. That takes away
so
from the game.
So the league has gotten a little, I guess, soft. Yeah. Softer.
I heard Kawhi talks trash weird. Like he just be like block, shot.
I wouldn't say it's trash. He just.
I read an article.
Yeah, he just uses small phrases when he comes to playing.
Yeah.
So he does. So somebody be like block.
I don't think he doesn't do that anymore.
Oh,
but that's from what I could see when he was younger. He'd say small. But he doesn't talk trash to anybody. But in practice, I said he's one of the tougher guys I ever had to play against in guard. But if you're playing with him and he's talking a little trash, but he don't do that in the game, so he's so focused on himself and playing his game. He's not gonna tell you don't need to talk trash.
How did you feel when y'all were all in San Antonio and Kawhi was hurt, and people were giving him flack for sitting out, and he sat out. But I think he missed like a season.
Yeah,
came back, won a championship with Toronto. But when you look at what happened with Kevin Durant, it's like he made the right decision.
True, and also you see how bad it was this year because he still had some problems with his knee. He had some issues, even in the playoffs. He had load management throughout the year to make sure he was fresh for the playoffs. But even in the playoffs, he was making big plays and he still was like sore and injured. But during that time, most of us were just in the dark. We didn't know what was going on, and not many injuries do you see in that that manner happen. Take that long to heal. It's just a different weird injury. But regardless of what I believe, I made sure I had his back. He's my teammate. Regardless of who it was, I'd make sure, we're here to support you. Whatever your decision is, you feel you're not ready, you're not ready. And for good reason, he took a year off. But everybody else was kind of like, when are you coming back? What's going on? We're trying to make a run. And then a lot of people are like, he's just sitting out because of whatever, so and so, or he doesn't want to play. And a lot of people took it the wrong way, but he did it for the right reasons and he trusted himself.
What's the differences between you winning in San Antonio and Toronto?
I was a lot younger then. In your younger years, you don't really appreciate it as much. We won a lot in San Antonio. San Antonio was always a contender, so I was spoiled. Playing with Timmy, Tony Mano, and then playing for Pop as well. So every year we was always in the Western Conference Finals or in the finals. went there, and Toronto's never been to the finals before.
You made history.
Yeah, so to be a part of that, it definitely made it special. And a group of guys, a totally different group of guys, but we got along pretty quickly. Had a lot of fun this year, and said having Kawhi with me, and a lot of people doubted him. A lot of people doubted me, didn't think I could play in different systems. And a whole new coaching staff, very young and fairly new. It was just a lot of fun and special because it was for a whole country that had never experienced it before. Mm-hmm. And it took me 5 years to get back there because after we won, we lost the first round or second round and never really got back to it. We got back one time Western Conference Finals, but then Kawhi got hurt against Golden State. It made me appreciate it more because I know how hard it was to get back there.
Mm-hmm. They said all of Canada was celebrating.
Oh, for sure. 36 million, 37 million.
Yeah, it just seems like it's such a great basketball city.
It's grown a ton, man. They're very passionate about it. It used to be all hockey and lacrosse, and you don't know that, but lacrosse is there. But now it's a huge basketball melting pot.
How trash is Tim Duncan's outfits in person?
Timmy's a simple guy, man. I support him. He's actually gotten better as he's gotten older.
Did y'all give him tips?
Charlamagne's outfits was trash too in the beginning.
I don't doubt it.
Nobody's trash as Tim Duncan.
We had some baggy clothes, but he's got more fitted clothes as he's gotten older.
Hook him up with some Puma.
I think he's still with Adidas, but I would hook him up with some Puma if I could.
You got your Puma on from head to toe.
Yeah, he's Rock Nation clearly.
Yeah, but Puma's been great, man. They take care of us very well. All the whole playoff, even during the season. All types of different. Peas, different color waves, sending me all types of new stuff, and some custom-made final shoes, and just I got a chain, Puma chain, everything. They've been taking good care of us.
So the Puma
you signed to Rock Nation?
I am a Rock Nation.
So the Puma jet flew you up here because I was like, I know you didn't take that in a regular plane.
No.
Go through security.
Puma did. So they let us, and for All-Star, they took care of letting me use it for All-Star. So I think at some point everybody gets a chance to experience the plane, but we got a chance to take it here. It says quick trip, and luckily they had a jet available. It's nice.
When did the Rock Nation thing happen?
That happened about a year ago.
Okay.
Maybe a year and a half ago now. So it was in San Antonio about January last year.
Pecos reached out.
Actually,
come
no.
over here.
A friend of mine that I grew up with, went to high school with, knew somebody in the agency. They were real close friends, and he reached out and they said they were interested, and then brought me in. I got to meet everybody. And I mean, it's been a year and a half now, so we're all family.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel when you missed the pass in Game 5? Even though y'all still ended up winning the championship, but that could have cost.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Man, no, I was really nervous. I was on edge, man. I said earlier to the media, I was on suicide watch, because I really thought I cost us the game for sure. But I mean, even though you get another game 7, but you don't want to give them that opportunity because they're a tough team. And
Game 6, you mean?
Yeah, if we would have lost that game. So if we would have lost that game, it would have went to 7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to give them an opportunity to go into Game 7 by me making a dumb play like that. But my teammates did a great job of encouraging me and keeping me positive. Like, we're gonna get this out. We'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You did what you could do. And I was like, damn, they're gonna get a shot, man. We're gonna fucking lose this game.
Y'all probably would have still won Game 7 because you hurt Klay. So I
didn't know that at the time.
They'd have been very undermanned.
He didn't do it on purpose, man.
I didn't know that at the time, and even then, still they're a very good team. But at the time, we had no idea. We didn't have our phones, and we didn't know till way after the celebration and stuff because we couldn't check the ACL tear until way later.
I always wonder about when you win the championship at an away stadium. It feels kind of whack. I mean, I'm glad you won, but it ain't the same as being turned up at home.
Yeah, it depends on the city that you're in. I think there's advantage, disadvantage for both. I think the advantages of winning on the road is more intimate with your team. You come together, you celebrate together, because when you're at home, you can celebrate the fans, but everybody kind of disperses and goes with their families and goes to do their own thing. When you're on the road, you guys celebrate it. You got to find a place because nobody else is celebrating in that city.
Y'all went straight to Vegas, right?
Y'all
went to Vegas, right?
Not straight to, but we did the next day. So we went to dinner as a group, as a team. We celebrated that night with our families and everything. And the next day, some of the families went back. Most of the families went back home, and then the team went to Vegas, got a chance. And some of the guys went to L.A., and then a lot of guys went back home. But you get to celebrate as a group. In San Antonio, we won. It was like I didn't even get a chance to shower. I was just like, I went with my family somewhere. I take off my clothes and shower at home. And then people went to dinner at different places, and then some guys met up at different, I guess clubs or bars and hung out. But when we won on the road, let's say we were all together in one spot.
Can you trust eating on the road after you've just beaten that team in Golden State?
I mean, we don't really think about it that much, but usually, most restaurants take good care of whoever comes in. They congratulate you.
You could have went to Aisha Curry's restaurant.
Right.
I wouldn't have went there.
They congratulated us, and they were happy to have us in. And Golden State's won enough, so that, I think most of the city is good sportsmen about it.
So when the free agency comes, You know, Toronto makes you a deal. Lakers make you a deal.
New York
same amount of money.
You gotta say New York too.
Somebody thinking about New York, bro.
The
Same
same,
amount.
man.
Same
wanna stay in
amount.
Toronto.
Same amount of money. What decision does Danny Green
Come home,
Because you
New
did
York.
what you're supposed to do for Toronto
For
already.
sure.
Play in front of your friends and family.
Well, I think it's a lot of it depends on who else comes back to Toronto and who else goes to LA. If Kawhi comes back and we have everybody that's coming back, then I for sure come back to Toronto. But if they're changing everything and I feel like it's going to be a rebuild year, it's going to be tougher to win there. And if LA starts getting pieces that looks like they're going to win, then my decision might go that way. But it's hard to say. But they offer the same amount of money with both decisions what it is right now, then I'll be back in Toronto.
Even with LA, LeBron, Anthony Davis need to bring in shooters.
Yeah, I mean they do. But, you know, the spotlight and everything is not for me. And it'd be fun to play with those guys for sure.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, we have something special with the group we have in Toronto. And said if it ain't broke.
So the bright lights of LA don't entice you.
No, I'd rather play with it. I think it distracts guys a lot of time and hard to, you know, stay focused and locked in. I think that's one of the reasons why San Antonio has been good for so long, is because it's easy to be focused there. It's not. I mean,
just heat. It's hot as hell.
It's warm. It's got good food and everything.
We just went to San Antonio for the
family
first
city,
time.
but it's not
Shout out
like
to
there's
San
a bunch of
Antonio.
partying going on there.
So would you follow Kawhi? Like say Kawhi went to the Clippers or Kawhi went to, I don't know.
I wouldn't say I follow him, but I think his decision does, you know, helps other guys figure out what they want to do as well.
You want to keep playing with Kawhi, basically.
I would love to keep playing him, you know, but you know, you never know how this goes. If he leaves Toronto, then I'm gonna go where I can make the most and also win. I think that's what every player wants to do.
Lakers would be a good fit though, because you know, like they're a franchise, historic franchise, trying to get back to where they are.
For sure.
That'd be big for you to help them win that.
For sure. So we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be interesting, July 1st.
New York could be great, you know.
I think for sure.
You don't have to keep lying
It's
about
just New York,
bro.
man.
New York
likes
is cursed.
Brooklyn.
But I think free agency was definitely. It's still gonna be interesting. But I think because KD's hurt now,
Klay.
and Klay is hurt, people are like, all right, those guys are gonna be out for most of the year. So now it's just figuring out where Kyrie's gonna go, where's Kawhi gonna go, and then you know obviously who's LA gonna pick up, and other free agency, Jimmy Butler, whoever else is, you know, Philly has a bunch of them, Tobias, seeing what they do in Philly. So a lot of different teams are up and coming and trying to figure it out.
Now you got a birthday coming up. What you doing for your birthday, man?
Working, man. I don't really celebrate that much.
Really?
Yeah, I don't celebrate. But I have camps. I do a lot of. So my summertime consists of camps with the kids. You know,
It's amazing how you look so you seem so old in NBA standards, but when you meet you, it's like, you mad young.
yeah.
But you've been in the league, it seems like for a long time.
It's been in the league for a little while. This is year 10 that just passed.
Okay.
So I'll be 32, I guess, and I don't know what today is.
But
today is a
today's
border.
June 22nd.
Playing with the Spurs make you
The
seem old too,
22nd.
though.
Maybe so.
You know what I'm
Maybe so.
saying?
Maybe
Just
so.
being next to them.
But even in my team in Toronto, said I was one of the older guys on the team in Toronto. So we had a lot of young guys there, so that made me seem old as well. But yeah, I'm not as old as I guess I seem to be.
You got a birthday coming up?
Yeah,
The 22nd.
I don't know what day that
22nd.
is. I don't know what today's date is.
Today's
but
the
it's
18th.
Okay, so I guess in 4 days, yeah.
So you're Cancer Gemini.
Today's the 19th.
Cancer, right on
Oh,
the
the
cusp,
18th.
right past the
So
cusp.
that's why you and Kawhi probably get along, because he's a Cancer. You and
Yeah.
Kawhi got the same birthday.
Yeah, your birthday's
Oh,
on
yeah.
Saturday, FYI.
Okay, thank
You
you.
don't even know.
Thank
I
you.
don't
So
know
you
my
know.
birthday.
Yeah.
That's him trying to
He
avoid
doesn't
all
care
these
at
chicks
all.
that want to get with him this
True,
weekend.
true.
It's right.
I'll be at home with my girlfriend. We'll be celebrating probably
That's
in
right.
Toronto.
Black men don't
Black
cheat.
men don't cheat, baby. That's right.
I got the camps in Toronto, so I'll be with the camps with the kids, and then I have my podcast. I'll probably be doing that day too. We'll do a live pod in Toronto.
You do a podcast?
I do a podcast. It's in Toronto, and we'll probably do a live pod for the fans, show them some love, and then I'll probably go out and celebrate with my family and friends and my girlfriend.
What's the name of the podcast?
Inside the green room.
You don't seem like you talk a lot.
Okay, that makes sense.
I talk enough.
That's a
I have
catchy
I have a
title.
co-host.
Okay.
He helps a lot. He's
What's his
very
name?
good. Harrison Sanford. He's good, man. He's out in Toronto. He hosts watch parties, watch shows when we're on the road and when we're home.
Can't be that good. You didn't shout him out till I said something.
I appreciate you helping me, man. For sure.
He's like, I don't do this.
And helping me plug. I'm not good at plugging my stuff
Got
the
you.
way I need to be plugging. You know, the camps and stuff. Obviously, we sign up GoLevelSE.com. There's one in Chapel Hill. There's one in New York. I do one in Long Island. Back home at the end of July.
What age groups?
It's usually like from 8 to 16. But I'm doing a tour in all of Canada, so we'll be starting in Toronto and then in Vancouver. We do Halifax, Ottawa, Montreal.
Tell them again how they can get more information.
GoldLevelSE.com is where you sign up. So we're doing in Chapel Hill also.
Yeah.
I went to school in Chapel Hill. But yeah, we're doing all those cities.
Well, congratulations, man. You
Yeah,
become
congrats,
one of those
man.
guys.
Thank
like when
you,
you
man.
think about
Appreciate it.
like back in the day, you think about Derek Fisher, the Robert Ory.
Yeah, those guys
like,
are legends, man.
That's what I'm
Those guys are-
saying. You're in that the Kenny Smiths.
I'm trying to get to that. They have a lot more rings than I do, but I'm trying to get there. Hopefully, I have couple more years left at least.
We actually had this interview scheduled before you won the championship.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they
But-
said you won the schedule first. So I was like, okay.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Andre Iguodala's
It's a different
coming, too.
conversation when you don't win.
Iggy?
Yeah, you can leave a message for him if you want.
Nah,
Leave a
he's-
message
he-
for him right now. Go
Nah,
ahead.
he's a good dude, man. Iggy's one of the greats. Hall
Like
of
say
Famer.
something like, "I'm sorry, I bust your ass."
I'll just be like,
Iggy actually killed us the last game. Even the one Game 5 that we won, he
did.
hit some big shots, and he's been big for them all his whole career there. So he's a Hall of Famer in my book, man. He's actually one of the guys that came up to me after the Klay injury. Was like, "Yo, we know you're not a dirty player. It's not your fault, man. Just you're good." So
That's what it is.
I respect Iggy.
Danny Green.
Appreciate
Thank you for joining us. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.